Welcome back to another video. Today I've got a quick little video for you on an Apple IIe that isn't powering on. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what the problem is, as it's very common with these machines. So let's tear it open, fix the problem, and get this thing back to playing some Bard's Tale. Alright, today we have an Apple IIe on the bench here. This is my friend's. He said everything was working fine, and one day he went to turn it on, and nothing. So, I've got it hooked up to my TV here. Let's go ahead and flip the switch. Definitely no beep. And, yeah, no life on the video signal either. Alright, so let's pop it open. See what we can see. Alright, so let's check some of these output voltages on this power supply. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to volts DC. Put this here, I think you'll be able to see it, and I can see it as well. So let's... Got it powered off. Let's take out the expansion cards first. This is the 80 column 64K memory expansion card. And then this is the floppy card. And we've got the floppy EMU connected to it. Let's go ahead and take that out. Put those off to the side here. We'll turn it on one more time. It's still nothing. So let's disconnect the power clip here. Alright, and then let's test out some of these voltages here. So it's very nicely labeled on the power supply which pin is which. So I'll just read those to you since you can't see them. I'll be starting from the top. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 and 2 are ground. So the orientation is this way. So that's ground. Go ahead and turn it on. So 3 should be plus 5 volts. We're getting plus 5. 4 should be 12 volts. And we're getting 1 volt. 5 should be minus 12 volts. We're getting minus 1 volt. And 6 should be minus 5 volts. And we're getting minus 3. So we're really getting 5 on 3. Yeah, just a little short, but should be close enough. Alright, so we've got one power rail that's good, the rest are not. So let's go ahead and power it off, unplug that, move the multimeter out of the way, unplug the video, slide this TV back, don't need it at the moment. And then we can flip the 2E over, and we've got these 4 screws here that hold the power supply in. So let's go ahead and take those out. And there's the power supply. So it's got 4 screws on each side, and then I think that's all we need to take out to get this guy apart. It looks like somebody's been in here before. The well, even this warranty sticker isn't an Apple sticker. It's from Alltech Electronics in... It doesn't say where. That part's missing. Huh? Somewhere. So this power supply has definitely been serviced before. Alright, so I think then this bottom plate comes off. There we go. Here's the inside of the power supply. So let's take a quick look and see if we can see anything super obvious. So far it all looks pretty normal to me. I don't see any specific problems. So this is the Aztec power supply. I think people tend to like the Aztecs better of the power supplies that the Apple II shipped with. So that's good. So let's go ahead and remove this PCB. Alright, squeeze and pull, just as good. Alright, so now our board is out. Now we do want to be careful because some of these capacitors probably do still have a charge, as I had just left them, or just had it plugged in. So let's go ahead and carefully remove the mains voltage connectors. All right, so we can set this to the side. All right, so on these power supplies, on the Aztec ones at least, typically what happens is this resistor right here, this green one, it's a big wattage resistor and it gets really hot and it ends up cooking this capacitor that's right next to it. So most often, this capacitor is the one that will fail on these power supplies. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out and replace it, and then we'll see if that makes any difference. All right, so we got that out. So this is a 10 volt, 220 microfarad cap. Let's see if I have one of those. All right, I do. This is actually the recap kit from Console 5. I wasn't sure if this was for the right model number or not, but it does have a 220 10 volt. So let's go ahead and pop this in. All right, and then we can plop it back in the board, or in the case, I mean, not the board. We'll go ahead and reconnect these while we have it out, a little easier. All right, so go back to volts DC, and we will test. Well, first we'll turn it on and see if it explodes. It shouldn't. Okay, it didn't. So we'll test ground. And then we'll start testing these other connections. So we get 12 volts there, 5 volts there, minus 11, it should be minus 12, and just under 5 there. So that more or less fixed it, just that one capacitor as I had expected. But it's probably close enough. So I think now if we put this back in the machine and give it a whack, I think we will have a booting Apple II. So let's try that next. All right, let's go ahead and turn it on. We get the beep, we've got the red light, and we have a working Apple II. So this is a pretty simple fix. All right, so we got it back to off. Let's go ahead and disconnect the power and video, so we can start getting things back together. But before we do that, we want to replace the Rifa cap that's in here. These power supplies do have Rifa caps. If you don't know about Rifa caps, they're just used to do some filtering on the power lines. But when they fail in a very smoky and smelly way. It won't really hurt anything, but it's not pleasant to be around. X2 cap is a more modern replacement to the original Rifa. So the Rifa had already actually been taken out of here. So this one's probably good to go. Don't need to replace it. I'm just going to go ahead and put it back into the board. All right, so now we can reassemble. Alright, we'll hit the power switch. So we'll open the case back up. We'll take the power cord and we'll plug that back in. That's the only way it's going to work. Now, we'll put the case back on. Who watching this video caught that before I did it and said, hey, you idiot, you didn't plug it back in? Now are having a good laugh at my expense. That's right, I deserve it. Turn it back on. There's the beep. Floppy Emu is powered up. And it looks like we're going to be loading into Bard's Tale. But anyway, real easy fix. We replaced a single capacitor that had got cooked by the giant wattage resistor next to it. We did take the reef out, but somebody had beaten us to it and replaced it, which is fine. They replaced it with an X1, but you could use, or an X2, but you could use an X1 as well. Either way is fine. Yeah, that's it. So, thanks for watching. I hope if you have a broken Apple II, this is as easy to fix as this one is. And we will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.